I'm doing is I'm parting my hair in sections. And so I do like chunky sections because I noticed that with the braid out, the chunkier the section, to me, I like the braid pattern better. So I'm gonna but I'm not gonna do that today. I'm gonna do a double section here. I'm gonna break this in two, and I'm going to begin hydrating this with my flaxseed gel. The flaxseed gel is like, yeah, looks like that. But I just let it saturate my hair. I'm very generous with it. It does not harm it at all being generous, especially with my hair type. It's messy though, it's very messy. But after you get adjusted to it, you can contain the messiness as best you can, a little better than you would when you first started doing it. But yeah, I just brush it out to smooth it. Make sure it's from root to tip. And then I began braiding. Hold on. I began braiding. And I just braid down. Yeah, so, and I try to, whatever section I braid my hair in, you need 3 sections to braid. So whatever breakup I make for my 3 sections, I leave it at that. I don't borrow from any other section as I go down, because sometimes your sections will get a little small as you go down and you want to borrow for some other ones. I don't usually do that because when you unravel it, it makes it frizzy. And my hair type, I can just toss this around at the end and it'll curl itself up. And I just braid it out. You can braid yours all the way down or however you choose to do it. You want to finagle with it as best you can to learn what works best for you. And you just go for what you know. I put a little extra up here to control the frizz. And because I was wearing my hair in braids so long, sometimes when I braid my hair, I get a lot of breakage at the frontal part because the braids sometimes need to be smaller at the front. And the synthetic hair that I braid with is heavier than my hair, so it causes it to break at times. So we're gonna go ahead on and braid it on out. But yeah, he kept going. Poor little lizard. And thank God for the person that saw it. You see, sometimes God will allow you to be privy to something because God knows that he will be able to work a thing through you. God can trust that he will be able to depend on you to follow your heart, because in you following your heart, that is where God is. That is where God resides. That is the voice of God. It's in your heart. And when you follow it, it allows you to do God's will. It does. It allows you to do God's will, friend. I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you. So we got those two done. So now, what I'm gonna do is separate this front because, it gets a little overwhelming for me when I don't have any order with this. And so, okay, that's cool. We'll leave this like this for now. Yeah, I was bald-headed 3.5 years ago. Can you believe that? I showed you guys the picture. I was completely bald, y'all. Like bald. Bald. But these oils. Okay, so I'm going to I'm gonna part the back into 3 parts. That's what I normally do. I just thought I'd hop on, and I said I was gonna do my hair anyway. So I was like, I need to show the people. Every time I go somewhere, every single time, if I have my hair down, they ask me, how do you do that? What do you use? So I'm giving y'all how I do it. I'm showing you. The flaxseed is better than mousse. I've tried it all. If mousse was better, I would have concocted a mousse. Trust me. I can do all things. I literally can do all things. I have many gifts. I would have concocted a mousse. But in formulating, wearing my hair naturally, because I said I wasn't going to straighten my hair anymore, and I'm not. I'd rather wear a wig than to straighten my hair. I've fallen in love with the texture of my hair. I used to be embarrassed about my texture. I used to be like, oh, my hair is going to be like a little fro, and oh this, oh that. But I have fallen in love with who I am. I don't want to be nobody but me. I want to represent who I am to the fullest. To the max. And in doing so, I have focused my attention on things that will support the natural beauty of what I got. Now I did just borrow some hair back here, but it's okay because this is going to be in the back anyway. But the flaxseed works better for me because it, the mousse is good. You have some heavier mousses and you have some lightweight mousses. So the control level is there. You're going to be able to get the control level you want. With the gel, it does give me a little bit more manageability. It's just, to me, it's superior in building my braid pattern. You know what I mean? Like, it's superior in that. When I comb these braids, when I undo these braids, because I don't comb them out, I just undo them. When I undo them, hold on. When I undo them, I get a better result as it relates to the pattern. I get a better result. The pattern, it protects the integrity of the braid pattern better, if you were to ask me. Now, that's just me talking. That's me and my hair.